What up, though? You are now listening to another episode / movie review. We got to talk about this movie, Resident Evil. Welcome to Raccoon City. I am 1/4 of your host, BC430. No Tyler tonight, but filling in for Tyler, we got the homie Isaiah Mountain. What's good, Isaiah?
What's up?
Also, with me, like I said, I'm 1/4, so I got 3 more guys with me. We already introduced Isaiah, so we got Granddad Willie in the building.
Granddaughter, 1,000 Hours, album of the century. Resident Evil dropped the movie. Was it better than the Mike Epps one? We're gonna find out.
Mike Epps only played him like what?
Bro, I'm only acknowledging Mike Epps. I'm only acknowledging Mike Epps. Nobody else in the movies get acknowledged but Mike Epps.
We got producer extraordinaire Bloodbath.
Kev in this bitch.
Hey. Yes. So yes. Yeah. Today is this episode today is pretty much going to be all about Resident Evil. We're going to talk spoilers. This review is going to be filled with spoilers. So if you care to watch the movie and you don't want to get spoiled, please click away, click on something else, or watch us on mute. And if you still don't care to be spoiled and you just want to hear us talk about the movie, then hell, feel free and relax and sit back and get ready to laugh and enjoy you some great content tonight, because we're going to talk about Resident Evil Welcome to Raccoon City. But before we get started, we still going to talk about the games that we played and everything. We're going to do all that stuff real quick. And we also going to have a lot of questions from you guys after we review Resident Evil Raccoon City from you guys. So make sure once the time is appropriate, pop up in the question queue. So if you want to ask questions live on the show, be sure to pop up in there. And with that being said, Granddad Willie, what you been playing this week?
You good. No, I unmute myself. No, food just came. Anyway, so this week I've been playing Apex. Got a couple wins. Been getting it done on Apex. Also played some 2K. My dude, I was talking to y'all earlier. My dude is on 96 now. My first build. A couple badges away from getting all my badges maxed out. Also played some of the N64 on the Switch. So I've been playing Super Mario 64, Mario Kart 64, a little bit more Star Fox. Also played some Deathloop. I finally got into Deathloop some more. Also started Guardians of the Galaxy as well, which I'm really surprisingly I'm liking so far, because I thought we was gonna have some Avengers vibes, but so far so good. Not too deep into that one, but both Deathloop and Guardians of the Galaxy I'm really enjoying off rip, because like I started like the first mission of Deathloop, but now I'm a little bit deeper into it and it's getting better and better. I'm starting to get used to that game too as well, and that's pretty much it. And then we played. No, we didn't play anything last week. That's right. You're right. Yeah, you're right. So that's
what
it.
About you, Bloodbath? Yes, we did. We finished Gears. Finally finished Gears Sunday.
That was like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, that was
the week before. We already talked about that. We talked about that the week before.
Okay, my bad.
Yeah.
Bring up old shit.
I know.
Yeah, so I wasn't on the other week, so I didn't really have nothing interesting to add that week anyway. Just the usual games I always play. I played 2K. I was at my grandma's house and my nephew was there because on Thanksgiving. My nephew's trash at 2K, by the way, y'all. I don't know why he kept challenging me and getting demolished. Like, I was tweeting about it. This was some of the worst ass whoopings I've ever seen in 2K. It was like, I know that the boy don't be following basketball like that too. He was picking teams, didn't make sense. He was like, all right, let's try blacktop. Let's run 1-on-1. I'm picking Giannis. This nigga picking Steph Curry. I'm like, what do you think is about to happen here? You have no chances of winning. He's like, damn, I thought Steph was good. But Steph isn't the giant, okay? He can't do it all. So then eventually he worked his way up to LeBron James. It got more interesting. He still lost by a lot and everything. But he seemed to enjoy losing. I put him on the Splitgate. Apparently he never played Splitgate. This nigga, side note, he plays the dumbest games, okay? Shout out to my nephew playing dumb games. He be playing Ark Survival Evolved all day and these other weird middle school kid games. I mean, Fortnite's pretty normalized. I'm not going to make fun of that.
Okay, how old is your nephew?
He's 15.
Okay, yeah. Never mind. I was gonna try to defend him, but never mind. Go ahead.
Nah, bro, you too old to be playing these lame ass games. I was like, bro,
Bro, let
where's
that
the
man play
split
his
gate?
games. Let that man play his
Where's
let him
the
play
KO
Ark.
City?
Let him play Ark.
He never even heard of KO City or Split Gate.
Well,
I was
see,
like, nigga, you have no excuse. They're free.
It's your job as Unc to put him on game.
And I put him on. He was like, oh, this is fun. I was like, I don't know why you ain't playing it now, bro. What's up with you? What's going on here, bro? We're losing recipes, okay? We're losing recipes.
We're losing recipes.
So now I put him on. He was like, oh, this is great. I'm gonna download this right now. So you download. I was like, yeah, bro, you slacking. This where the fun is at. So yeah, I played a bunch of that. He does play Apex at least though. So I'm saying he's not a complete weirdo. He does play Apex at least. But the internet was too bad at my grandma's house to be playing that. So all I played really was just 2K. I just grinded 2K because they don't take a bunch of internet to do that. So that's mainly what I played, y'all.
What about you, Isaiah?
First of all, Kev, you're a mean ass uncle.
Yeah.
You're a bully, and all I've been playing is Halo, just Halo Infinite. That's it.
How you liking it? How you like?
It's fun, like, cause if y'all watch us play Halo, 4 and 5 are garbage, and I played the beta for Halo Infinite, and it was also garbage. So I was not excited to play at all. But they actually finally got it right. They finally got a Halo game right. I don't know how the campaign's gonna be.
Yeah, I'm about to say, the campaign come out next week.
Oh, it comes out next week?
Next week, yeah.
Oh, wait, are we gonna play it or are we gonna wait?
I mean, I would like to play it. I mean, yeah, I mean, I'm gonna see what Eric's schedule looking like and stuff, and then we can try to play it.
Okay, because it doesn't come out till next year. The co-op.
Oh, so the campaign is single player.
Yeah, that's why I was asking.
Oh,
if we're gonna wait or not.
I mean,
look like y'all better keep waiting.
That's boo boo. Why are they dropping?
I know Eric's not gonna wait.
Yeah, why are they
not gonna wait?
What do you think the reason why they're dropping it in bits and pieces? Like first they dropped the multiplayer, and now they're dropping the single player, and then they're doing co-op.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't understand.
Sounds like Microsoft is just stupid. We should be playing their game, but I mean, y'all gonna do what you want to do anyway. So.
You see the shade? You hear the shade?
Right? You're like Splitgate didn't do that.
Right.
Splitgate was ready out the gate. See what I did there, right?
I see what you did.
That's all you play, Isaiah?
Yeah, that's all I play with Halo.
Okay, yeah. Not that much gaming this weekend, but I played a little bit of 2K with my second build. I finally finished out Ghost Recon Operation Motherland. I finished that out, and I did the bonus mission. It's a bonus mission. It was like a low-key bonus mission that I did on there, which is pretty cool. What else? And I think that's it wasn't much game. Oh, Forza Horizon 5. I played some more of that. It's a fucking beautiful ass game. I fucking love that game. That's definitely have to be a game we all gonna have to play together, race together and shit. And I think that's it. It was one game I was meaning to get started on. Oh, the game.
You say you're gonna start playing Dance Dance Revolution?
No.
I could swear you said that.
What's the game that you played on
Game
Pass? No, Granddad.
I was just about to ask, whatever happened to that game?
I still got it.
Granddad, what was that? Granddad, what's the game you played where you said it sounds creepy when you played with the headphones on?
Hellblade.
Yeah, I need to get started on that because now they upgraded to now Xbox X and X.
Oh, that's what they gave the new gen upgrade.
Yeah,
it's gonna be even better then. Yeah, because it looked great.
Yeah.
Because I played it on PC, so I think it's probably gonna look the same like how it looked on mine. Because I didn't play it because I didn't have my Xbox when I played it. So I played.
Yeah, and I'm looking for like a new adventure, adventure game to play or whatever.
Yeah. It is like action adventure, but it's also like a puzzle type game too. So remember that's like split between two. So it's not all action and stuff like that. So just mind that, but it's good. But it is a great game. It's a really good game.
Okay. All right. Cool.
Oh, I forgot to say I played some Uncharted. I'm almost done with Uncharted 1.
Oh, what you think of it?
It's cool. I really have nothing bad to say about it. I don't expect it to be amazing because it's an older game. But for what it is, it's pretty good.
3 is my favorite. 3. Let me know when you get to 3. 3, yeah. I think 3 is still my favorite out of the entire series.
Yeah, I'm like 75% done with it.
Okay.
Oh, I forgot a game, by the way. I've been playing the new Pokemon game, and it's amazing.
Brilliant Diamond or Shining Pearl?
Yeah, Brilliant Diamond. That's the one I played when it came out. I was gonna get Pearl, but I just chose Diamond. But yeah, it's really good. I know some people have complaints about it, but yeah, it's amazing to me. I didn't play Sword and Shield or the Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. I didn't play that one, but yeah, this one's good though.
All right, cool. Well, yeah, that's pretty much all the games, the joints that I've been playing this week. I'm trying to think. Should we go to commercial or just go right into the movie?
We just did commercial.
We just did commercial. We'll go right to the trailer. So we're gonna play the trailer for y'all.
We're gonna play a trailer before we start,
and then we're gonna come back. And then after the trailer, we'll come back. We're gonna start our review of Resident Evil. Welcome to Raccoon City. Anyway, so that's the trailer. All right, y'all. So Resident Evil Raccoon City, the new feature-length movie based on the Resident Evil video game franchise. And this isn't the first time that Resident Evil has made it to, I guess, the big screen.
Not at all.
At all. It's been a few Resident Evil movies in the past that decided to take a hard left on what Resident Evil should be.
A few? Shit,
all of them. Okay,
damn near like about
we're like 12 of them things.
Yeah. I'm about to do a fact check. Why
are we talking about this?
Nigga, they got almost as many movies as Land Before Time.
Hey man, don't be talking about Land Before Time now. Them movies hit, bro. Littlefoot.
What was her girl name? I gotta find Mila Jovovich. Yes. So those it goes back to 2002. It was the very first one.
How many they may be? Let us know.
I don't know why it's not listing them. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So they made six Resident Evil movies. Yes, they made 6 of these.
Nah, bro.
6 of these movies, dude.
And how many did you watch?
Unfortunately, it was one of those things where it was like, I don't know why I kept watching them because after
all 6?
Bro, you watched all 6 of them? What's wrong with you?
I did.
Wow.
Because you know what it was? It was like, man, I was hoping for them to kind of like get better. But
no.
It didn't. Bruh, it really didn't. I should have stopped after the first one.
Look, I went to the second movie and I realized they ain't gonna get better. They just gonna get worse.
Yeah,
and I was like, I'm done.
Like, man, yeah, I'm just like, who is this Alice? What in the world?
Because I was thinking with the first movie, okay, maybe they just had this Alice person, and eventually we're gonna like move into the real storyline, and they never did that. They just kept staying with Alice. Like, why? Like, who are you?
The whole time, like, she was just like the mega star superhero. So yeah, I was just like, no. I don't know why I kept doing that to myself. It was just like one of those, as a Resident Evil like fanatic, I'm like, okay, they got to get it right this time. Oh, nope, they got to get it right this time. Nope. But granted, the only ones I paid money to see like in theaters was the first two. The first one, and then the one with Mike Epps and when they had Nemesis or whatever. That was the only. After that one, I was like, oh, I'm not spending no more money on these. Like, I'm just gonna have to watch. I'm gonna have to, catch the bootleg or catch them on cable or something like that or whatever. So, but yeah, I kept watching them. But yeah, Resident Evil. Welcome to Raccoon City. Okay. Before we start
spoiler
going,
warning.
Yeah, spoiler. Yes, spoiler, y'all. Again, spoiler alert. This movie review, us talking about this, is going to be filled with spoilers. So if you care, if you don't care, stay with us, please. Please stay with us.
Stay with us.
If you do care, which be interesting if some of y'all really do care, then yeah, I suggest you leave right now. But please.
All right. And if you've seen the movie, chime in as well with your thoughts as well in the chat.
Yes. Or if you might have questions in the question queue after we finish reviewing this movie. Feel free to ask those questions. But before I get in, because I got like bullet points of like, starting from the beginning of the movie to like the end, like little scenes or whatever that we can touch on. But just out the way, what y'all think of the movie? I'm gonna start with you, Bloodbath.
I'm gonna say general opinions of the film overall. I expected worse. I think it could have been better, obviously. But also as a person who's never played a Resident Evil, so I think I was coming in with a clean slate, but knowing enough of the story and being around Resident Evil enough, like I remember we did a whole speed run contest. Like I've seen enough of the games and stuff to know good bits and pieces. I think it could have been worse. Like I said before, I don't think it was that bad. I never played the games myself to really be as enthused or as involved as you and Wooly. So I think as a bystander fan, it was not that bad. I think they can build on it. That's my general opinions.
Okay. What about you, Isaiah? Since both you and Kevin haven't played it, so I want to get y'all first opinions first.
Yeah, I haven't.
Overall of the movie, just like general. What you think?
Yeah, never seen the movies, never played the games, but yeah, no, this shit was ass. This movie was ass.
Okay.
Right. I feel bad for anyone that actually paid money to see this movie. I hope y'all get a refund immediately. But yeah, this was ass.
All right, Granddad, you want me to go first, or you want to go?
Look, I'm just gonna say, I'm only saying this because I am such a big fan of the franchise, and we'll talk about in detail. But this movie, at best, was mid. At best, was mid.
That's your opinion. You're done.
I mean, we gonna go deeper into it.
You said just general.
General overall, just at best, on a good day, it's mid. But I'm leaning towards Isaiah's ass.
Yeah,
it's between ass and mid.
I'm not as nice as you. I'm on a boat. I'm on the Isaiah boat. Yeah, this shit was definitely.
I'm gonna tell you why I'm leaning on that one, but I'll tell you why.
This shit was not good. It was pretty bad. It was pretty fucking bad. But okay, I just wanted to just get that out the way. Just the general opinions of this movie. So of course, the first beginning of the movie, first scene, we see Claire. Another thing, the only thing that I appreciate about this movie was a lot of the callbacks. If you played the game, if you thoroughly played the games like I did, and like Granddad, from 1 through 8, even the spinoff games, like, so some of the callbacks on here, because this movie kind of focuses on mainly the Mansion Resident Evil
1 and 2. It's 1 and 2.
But mainly 2. Mainly 2. Mm-hmm. But they did a little callback for Resident Evil 1 as well. But they start off with Claire, and you see the truck driver, which is a callback to Resident Evil 2.
Eating the burger.
Or Resident Evil 2, eating that cheeseburger or whatever. You see that. And okay, real quick, I want to talk about the cast real quick.
Can we do that? Can we please talk about the cast?
I just want to talk about the cast real quick.
Okay, go ahead, because I got some words for the cast. All of
them. Claire, okay. Chris, okay. I see it a little bit. Leon.
I ain't like Leon.
First of all,
that nigga wasn't
good. From Victorious that?
Why was Leon such a klutz? Like,
why was Leon treated like the way he was? First of all, they made Leon look stupid, incompetent, weak.
He is nowhere. He is nowhere near that in the game.
Like, who is this man? That is not Leon Kennedy. He's supposed
to be a rookie, and it's like this is his first day. He don't know what he's doing.
No.
If you played the game, I'm telling you,
Leon was about that action off rip,
and
from day one. Yes.
As a
rookie. I think y'all confusing them with Resident Evil 4 Leon. No, that Leon was a real nigga.
No.
I'm telling you.
Now, Leon. Presto T.
Appreciate that, Presto T. Coming through every week with it.
Right on time.
Okay. But Kev, another thing too, Leon in the game looked like an off-brand Leonardo DiCaprio. Like,
right.
That didn't look like the look of everything. I'm like, okay. I remember when I saw the trailer, I was like, that's supposed to be Leon? I was like, okay, let me hold
They did my man so dirty. They did my man so dirty in this movie.
They did.
I don't think the look is
about the trailer.
No.
Yeah, the trailer's a whole catfish. It is like two completely different movies.
It is. No, look. So here's the thing with Leon that really upset me. First, they established Leon as just like first of all, he gets shit on like by everybody. Everybody. He has been zero respect. It's not even a point in the movie where he acts like he doesn't know how to even shoot a gun. Like he doesn't know. Like,
that's what I'm saying.
Like what? This man don't know how to handle a gun. Like how does he not know how? And then he kills a grand total of 2 people in this whole movie. 2, and he got help. And he got help on both occasions.
Yep, he sure did.
On both occasions, he had help.
Okay, so continue with the casting. Wesker.
He ain't bothered me that much.
Wesker,
are you serious?
No. Wesker again made
no. Yeah, tall white
sense.
dude. That's what he was. His acting wasn't very
He was a
good.
frat boy the whole time.
Yeah, Wesker
He was terrible.
Wesker was ass, bro. First of all, Wesker was way too nice. He didn't have that. He didn't have that Wesker personality. And since when?
Nice guy?
And since when is him and Jill all cuddly?
Yes.
Like what?
Yes.
So
What is this?
What is
Who
this?
is this nice guy? Who is this Zach
Who is this
Morris
man?
wannabe?
Right?
He's a Zach Morris wannabe.
And
I'm like,
all of a
who
sudden,
is that?
Wesker got all the answers and all the secrets. Like what made Wesker like so?
He didn't have all the answers. He didn't know what a chat room was.
They gave him the little Palm Pilot and shit, and they gave him all the like little clues, and he got the drop on everything. He knew everything that was going on,
Right.
and
Because mind you, this movie took place in '98, so they kept the
98.
technology. They
Right.
kept the technology.
yeah, they
of
kept
90
the technology current.
So, but yeah, man. Okay, so who else we forgetting? Oh yeah, Jill. What you think about Jill?
Jill was supposed to be the
Her acting wasn't
badass,
very good.
but Jill grew into being a badass over time. Like they just automatically made Jill like this supposed to be this badass character, and it wasn't believable. That's not Jill Valentine. That's not Jill Valentine at all. And like none of these people were right. And where's my nigga Barry? Where was my nigga Barry?
Yeah,
Who was
I
Richard? Who is Richard?
Who the hell was Richard? I don't know who the hell Richard.
I don't know
was.
who Richard was. I'm glad he died. But I
He
don't
was
know.
a part of but Richard was really a part of Stars. But in the game, you never.
That's what I
When
meant.
you saw
Who?
Richard, he was a zombie by the time
When
you
I saw, that's what I said. Who is
yeah.
Richard? I know who he is, but who is he to even have a part? And then I get my nigga Barry. My nigga Barry ain't in the movie.
Yeah, that shit was crazy.
I was looking for Barry for a good 45 minutes. I'm like, Barry gonna show up sometime, right? Where Barry at? And then I saw then they made it to the mansion. I was like, oh, Barry ain't showing up. I was hot.
Yeah.
I was like, I think Barry at least be there already. Like he makes a surprise cameo.
He wasn't one of them two people that was already there. He one of them.
In the original Resident Evil game, it was Barry, Jill, Chris, Wesker was there too, right? Yeah.
Yeah, Wesker. Was in the first one.
Yeah. So those were the main ones.
No. You forgetting Rebecca Chambers too.
And Rebecca. Yeah, Rebecca. Yeah.
It was also in Resident Evil 0. So
yeah.
But it's just like, yeah, I didn't see Barry. But okay, so back to the movie. So you know, we see that Chris, they didn't touch this on the damn video game. I'm like, when did
they added some bullshit. They added a lot of bullshit.
When was Chris and Claire in part of orphanage in Raccoon City?
Right?
What is this? Like, what is going on? So
that whole scene could have been taken out, and
that
it wouldn't have been
because they tried to give them a backstory to make a reason why they like that doesn't make no sense.
It makes no sense.
Zero sense.
It did not make no sense of Chris and Claire being Chris and Claire was definitely brother and sister, just like in the game.
Right.
But them being an orphanage and stuff, it's just like, okay, no.
Because and I think they did that because they tried to give a reason for why Claire left Raccoon City and now is coming back.
The whole reason.
But that doesn't make any sense. She could have just left because she didn't want to be there no more. Like or whatever it is. She didn't have to have a whole backstory of they were in the orphanage and then Birkin, wanted to do the experiments and she got away and she had to escape and then he took a liking to all this bullshit backstory. I'm like, bruh, that's nah.
And then so we also see for folks that played the remake of Resident Evil 1, the mansion, when we see a younger version of Lisa Trevor. And if y'all remember Lisa Trevor, she was the creepy girl that had the hunchback that was creeping throughout the mansion in the remake, not the original. Not the original PS1 Resident Evil, but the remake.
The remake version of it.
Yeah. So we see it early. We see Lisa Trevor, which we already know there was Umbrella was doing
the experiments
on her, and then of course it turned out bad because they were doing experiments on kids, which that was another thing that they didn't caveat to on
at all.
But I guess they tried to find they story, and William Birkland and all that stuff. He was a part of Umbrella in the early years as well, so they got that part right. Some of the video game aspect of this game stuff they was getting right, you know what I'm saying, as far as like the story wise. I'm like, okay, cool, that's the William Birkin, okay, yeah, Trevor, yes, Autumn, yes, okay. So then of course the truck driver gets bit by the dog, which he didn't have a dog in the damn game.
Not at all. I was like, he ain't had no damn dog.
After they hit that zombie, and the zombie, okay, there's another stupid thing. Why did the zombie get up and walk away? The zombies will come after you and try to eat you. Why did the zombie get up and walk away? Like,
I think maybe the point of that zombie getting away was so maybe they can explain a possible later outbreak because that zombie got away.
No.
Nah. We got to be
Them
real
zombies-
with
I'm
it.
thinking about it too hard. Okay,
You think
my
about
bad.
it too hard.
That's a reach.
You know, these Resident
zombie-
Evil zombies are on site, my man.
Yes,
When they
are
see
on
you,
site.
that's your
They are
ass.
coming at you.
It
They're
ain't,
coming
it
at
ain't
you.
no, I'm gonna holler at you later, bro. And they see you, it's a wrap.
Like,
Especially if you get hit by if they hit you with a truck. Come on now.
Hey, I'm thinking that zombie was about to start coming at them, and I thought she was about to start I thought she was gonna bite my man, because remember in the game he was like, "Damn, that person bit me" or whatever. So
Right.
I'm thinking she was gonna get up and he was gonna bite the dude or whatever. I'm like, what the fuck? She a ninja assassin? She just disappeared with no
Right.
trace. And then you see the dog licking up the blood, which is why the dog kind of ended up.
The dog
being
ends up
zombified.
getting
yeah,
infected.
makes
in there.
sense.
Yeah, but that's not
yeah.
true. Like they could have just kept it to the core where
Right.
the zombie bit him, and that shows
Right.
okay, that's what's going on. And then he could have still went into town, driving the truck into the town, which is another good because like that showed okay. And also I will say this: a good thing is the set design of like the RPD and the outside of the RPD and the mansion and things like that. They did keep it true to how it was in the game for the most part. Even the parking deck in the police station. Yeah.
Yep,
So
yep.
so the set design for this movie, I would give. That's why I'll give it points for that. And like I said, the callbacks. They even had the callback when the zombie when they were in the mansion.
Mansion,
And
yes,
the zombies.
zombie turned his head.
Yeah.
When you first saw the zombies for the first time.
So
Yeah,
they have these little nuggets. That's why I'm saying I give it the mid because they did chime in on the nostalgia things, but as
Yeah, they even had a Jill sandwich.
man, the only granddad, the only thing the reason why this movie is ass, the main reason was the acting. At least
that was horrible. It was horrible.
The Resident Evil, the Resident Evils with Millie, at least the acting was somewhat good. You know what I mean? Like even though they didn't follow the story, and like who is this Alice character, all that stuff. At least the acting was up to a standard. You know
I
what
didn't
I'm saying?
expect, but see, I didn't expect the acting to be good anyway, because I ain't know none of these niggas. So I was
Damn,
like,
I ain't expect the acting to be this bad though, man.
It seemed like it was improv the whole time.
It did.
right? Just say whatever. Just say whatever.
It was bad. The acting in this movie, which made this movie ass to me, was horrible. The acting was really bad. Like this movie. Now, granddad, I would probably say I'll be with you and say it was mid. If the acting was better, if the acting was better, I would probably be like, okay, I'm with you on the mid. But the actors and the actresses in this movie was.
I said on a good day it's mid. I'm talking lower mid.
It ain't even no day. The acting can't stay.
No, but the acting won't say that. But I knew the acting was bad. But also, here's another thing that I didn't like. Well, the action in general was unrealistic to Resident. Like, okay, when they were getting attacked by the zombies, like first of all, how many bullets does a gun have? Because they were shooting the shit out of these guns, and it seemed like they never had to reload whatsoever. Especially when Chris was in the mansion and he was getting attacked. Like I'm like, all right, like the way Resident Evil wasn't like that, where you had a horde of all these zombies just chasing after you at one time like that. That's not really how it was in the OG Resident Evils like that. They didn't build up any suspense with the zombies. And why were all those zombies in the mansion anyway? Like, it was supposed to be somebody's like mansion.
Couldn't figure that out.
Right? It was way more zombies. It was way more zombies in that mansion than it should have been at one spot. It's like they were all just chilling in there, and then the outbreak happened. They were like camping out in there. Like that didn't make any sense.
It was at least about 30 zombies in that bitch. And I'm like, why are all these people here?
Right, exactly. And how did they all get infected when they were so far away from the city? How they didn't explain any of that stuff. Like
they were skipping so much. It was just so much details that they kept just glossing over, and I'm just like, what is this I'm watching?
Hold on. So
go ahead.
The movie order. All right, cool. So Claire comes back to the city, right?
Yeah, Claire
comes back, meets up with her brother.
The one Chris. Yeah.
Cool. Chris says, "Fuck your life." Bing bong. He rolls out.
Yes.
Cool. Yeah.
Leave Claire the house.
He said, "Don't touch my bike." She said, "Whatever, nigga. I touch it, I won't." That's not word for word, obviously.
Right.
Then the neighbors is looking weird to begin with. I don't know what
they
were infected.
They were already infected.
Because everybody infected. Cool.
Yeah.
So then Claire is like, "Well, why isn't he infected?" They never explained why the police officer wasn't.
They
infected.
actually did. So you know the crazy conspiracy theory dude that they found. So basically, he was telling Leon this. He was like, why do you think that y'all aren't infected? They probably gave you a little shot or a little pill or something like that, and you didn't even realize it. So how they explain is that certain people in the city, like the law enforcement or whoever it is, and like the people, I guess, high up in Umbrella who's still in the city, they were given some sort of anecdote or some sort of vaccine or something, like pre-given that. So when the outbreak happened, either it slowed it down or they were just immune to it. So that's how they explained it in that little bit of a nugget too. Because I was wondering too, like they didn't really explain it until the dude showed up. I forget his name, but he ain't last long either.
He ain't matter.
And that also did that part almost also pissed me off too, because Leon took forever. Like he didn't know how to open the jail cell either. Like, bro, what were you trained on? What were you trained on in this police department?
And then also too, like while my man had his gun, he looking over. You see, my man is literally turning into a zombie.
Right.
You see, why are you not focusing on him and you're looking at Leon?
Exactly.
Like at that point, I got the gun. If a dude getting up and slopping and stuff, I'm going.
You letting some rounds off, right?
Yeah.
He just standing there.
Why are you not focusing on that man the whole time?
Dumbass.
That's when he got caught. That dude walked up and took a bite out of crime right on his ass. It's just like McGruff the crime dog. Just caught him slipping.
Like, dude, and then that's when that's when Granddad was saying like. That's when Leon act like he just didn't know how to shoot nothing. And
right, he act like a scary ass. He act like a scary ass little bitch, bro. I'm like, yo,
the whole movie,
and then we'll wait till we get to the end because I want to talk about that end or two later. But so
the neighbors attacked Claire. I don't know why they just did. They just bust in there, attacked her. All right, whatever. Claire gets away. Then what happened after she got away? They cut to
police
station.
They cut to the police station.
Remember they meet Chief Brian Irons, who's also a character of Resident Evil 2. If you play Resident Evil 2,
even though that Chief Irons ain't the same Chief Irons, ain't the same Chief Irons at all. But
clearly not the same Chief Irons.
No,
clearly. So I'm like, damn, they fucked
up Chief Irons. They fucked up the Chief too.
They fucked up Chief Irons because he was the one that called the Alpha team and the Bravo team to go check out the incident in the mansion. Like he was responsible for that in the video game. So like I don't know what the hell like his responsibility. He was such a punk ass.
Right. He tried to dip out almost immediately.
Yeah, like
this man went to retirement early.
Right, and he gave Leon a promotion. Like, you're promoted. Yeah, he gave Leon a promotion. Like, yeah, you promoted, bro. Like,
yeah, you in charge now.
So in that incident, they go. Then we see the team, Jill, Chris, Richard, and Brad. Brad and Wesker go to the mansion. They all
leave to go to the mansion.
Yep. If y'all don't know who Brad is the pilot,
helicopter
helicopter pilot, who also died in Resident Evil 2 and 3. Like 3. He died in 3, but he was in 2 zombified. So Brad Victors is a pilot. Well, you see them going back to the
mansion.
So then that's when they went to go look for, I guess some of the, the Bravo team.
The Bravo team
that was sent to the mansion, just like in the game. That's just like in the game. The Bravo team was sent first, and then the Alpha team came later. So I was like, okay, they got that right. But then that's when we started this. All of a damn sudden, we see, which is the game got it right, but the movie the way they played this shit out was so horrible. Wesker was the double agent. Like now Wesker was finding out, oh, they're gonna bomb the whole city. Oh, this person was right. This was right about what
and the thing is, he did all this right in front of
Jill. Right in front of Jill.
Like, he was doing all the secrets, had the power pile and stuff like. And Jill was like, "What's that?
What's that? Yeah."
Like I'll explain later.
He was a double agent, right, in the game.
Yeah, in the game,
like he was with them, and then he was with Umbrella at the same time. Okay.
He was, but the Wesker in the video game was way more devious. He was way more like he sold it a lot better, and he was doing the shit behind their back.
Exactly.
This shit. I mean, you didn't see the reveal in the Resident Evil game towards the end, of course, but like Granddad said, he was doing this shit like right in front of
next
Jill,
to Jill, doing this shit.
Dude,
and then when Jill finally asked him, he was like, "Yeah, I did it for the money. I did because they paying more money." I'm like, bro, like so. That's not Wesker. That's not Wesker. Wesker ain't hurting for pockets, bro. Wesker got money. Who you talking about? But anyway, man, I'm like, this is bull. And then
at that point, I was sitting in the movie theater like, man, this shit is fucking. Bro. At that point, I was like, yo, this shit is terrible. This is a terrible movie.
No, like once I got to the mid part of the movie, that's when everything just started automatically declining to everything. And then Brad, of course, he's outside waiting for everybody. The zombies, show up, attack him, and then he ends up becoming zombified. And then later on, in that same scene where Jill finds out that Wesker, when Wesker opens up the secret passageway with the piano, and Jill finds out what's going on.
Helicopter crash.
The helicopter crashes into
Yeah.
so a whole ass helicopter, mind you, a whole ass helicopter crashes into the room where they at. The room they at explodes.
Mm-hmm.
Now they just get up. It's cool.
Yeah,
Ain't
I was
nothing.
confused by that too.
I was like, bro, do you know how big a helicopter is? And that thing just came crashed in, exploded, and then y'all just
it was a huge explosion. It really
was huge. The explosions were so unrealistic.
They even showed it in the trailer too.
Right.
So they made it seem like it was like a big event.
Right. And and Jill and Wesker just get up. And then Wesker goes down the pathway to the lab,
to the underground lab,
and Jill doesn't follow him. She decides to go look for Chris, who is, on another part of the mansion. Mind you, Richard at this time has been killed because he ain't buried. So Richard's been, bit and killed, and Chris is being all superhero. I can't be bit by 45 zombies.
He refused to bite him.
Right?
Did he not get like?
You see what I'm saying, B?
Like
they
just kept pushing him.
He was like,
he waving his arms in front of him. Not one zombie grabbed his arm and take a chunk.
Not one.
I'm like, how is this man? How is this ridiculous? So in that process, Wesker goes down and he finds Dr. William Birkin, which is, y'all know Dr. William Birkin. He was on Resident Evil 0 and Resident Evil 2, mainly on 2 because he was creating a G virus, which was pretty much an advanced version of the T virus.
T virus, yep.
So William Birkin was down there with his wife, and his daughter. And that's when he came. What happened? Wesker came down.
Wesker came down there and confronted Birkin.
Right,
and he's like, because
he handled that situation so bad.
Was so okay. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. So Wesker comes down to the lab, guns drawn, confronts Birkin. His Birkin's wife and Sherry are there, and he's got the case with the viruses, with the G virus and everything like that.
Yeah, because he wanted it.
So Birkin's like, Birkin. So Wesker's like, don't make this easy. Just don't make this hard on us. Just give me the case, and then they're talking to each other, and then Birkin's like, no, this is my life's work. Blah blah blah. He turns his back on him, and then he turns around with a gun, and then automatically Wesker just shoots Birkin, just shoots Birkin in front of wife and kid, and then his wife, what's his wife's name? I keep forgetting her name.
Her name don't matter,
but she's a vital part. But anyway, his wife goes to him. And he's like, the vials, and she sneaks him a vial, which is the G virus, obviously, and William Birkin then ends up injecting himself. Annette. Yeah. So Annette, helps, but then she grabs the same gun that Birkin had and tries to shoot Wesker, and Wesker automatically just kills Annette.
He is popped
immediately.
He ain't had time to play with them.
Right. So now Sherry's there, and I think he about to shoot Sherry now. Like Wesker just unhinged. So Sherry ends up getting away and hiding.
I shot him too. Of course, if y'all shot me, I'm unhinged too.
True, he did get shot. He did get shot. He did get shot first, but he was going up. But so he just so he kills William Birkin and then also Annette, and then Sherry kind of gets away. At the same time, Jill and Chris finally make it down to the lab. Jill shoots Wesker and kind of shoots Wesker and kind of pretty much kills him. From that gunshot to the gunshot that she did.
Well, she thinks she kills him.
She thinks she kills him. Yeah. So, but yeah, and then we have Chris and Jill.
Can I bring some up here?
Go ahead.
I was confused why his wife just all of a sudden was so gung ho to protect this case too. Yeah, this nigga just shot your husband, and your husband was doing stuff you didn't even know about. So why are you immediately saying, "Yo, I need to protect his life's work"?
She probably did know.
Your whole daughter is sitting right next to you.
I don't know why she thought she would win that fight.
Daughter and give this nigga the case. She said, "Nah, I gotta die too." He going out.
I died for the G virus. I'm dying for the G virus too.
Your whole daughter right there.
It didn't make no sense.
What about that shit? Wesker said to her, he was like, "What?"
He said it didn't have to. It didn't have to be like this, or he was like,
he was like, I wouldn't have shot or something like that. Yeah, I was like, then why did you do it then?
Why did you do it?
He was talking about the little girl. He wasn't gonna shoot the little girl. I think that's what he was talking.
Yeah, that's what he said.
If I was her, I would have been mad as fuck. I was like, you just killed my two parents, and have been like, my bad.
Right, my bad. They shouldn't have been talking shit.
No,
but so after that happens, so everybody thinks everybody's dead, and we find out that Birkin injected himself with the G virus, and he ends up becoming the the mutated version of himself with the arm and the eyes.
Which is what he did. Which is what he did in
yeah,
Resident
which was cool.
Yeah,
which was
that's
cool.
exactly what happened in
that
Resident
didn't look that bad.
Yeah, so
that's exactly what that played out exactly that way in Resident Evil 2. He stabbed himself with the G virus, and then he mutated like that. I was waiting. I was like, they better have an eye pop out the arm.
Yeah, so
and they did.
They did that. So that they gave him points for that, and then we ended up having you know, of course, Jill and Chris pretty much, you know, fighting, but then all of a sudden, you know, the same team.
Meanwhile, all this stuff was happening. You got to talk about Claire and Leon, because we mentioned them.
We'll get to. They were in the orphanage. So yeah, they were in the orphanage. So yeah, because they all ended up meeting together anyway. So yeah, so they go to the orphanage,
and they see Lisa Trevor,
right? Who looks to say an older version of Lisa Trevor, who I don't know how at this point she's still alive. Like, who watching her, and who like how is she maintaining in that orphanage by herself? But she's in there.
And then in this process, we get introduced to the liquor.
The liquor, yeah.
The liquor is the famous
Resident Evil 2 enemy that was
that was very popular. That was definitely one of the popular enemies,
right,
in the franchise.
Even though that enemy was introduced in the police station with Leon and not in the orphanage, with Claire and Lisa Trevor, and the fact that they had Lisa Trevor kill the liquor and the way that that she killed the liquor.
Yes.
I'm like, that's
I'm like, what the fuck is she a ninja?
Right.
When did Lisa Trevor
have this kind of strength to snap the skull off of a liquor with her arm?
Somebody had to kill it because Leon was a little hoe.
That's true. Leon was a whole hoe.
At this point, and then also too, the liquor had finally killed Chief Irons.
Yeah. Chief Irons, because Chief Irons went with them as well. Chief Irons was never this nice, but Chief Irons,
Can we talk about one thing? We skipped over something that really bothered me when I watched.
Okay, go ahead.
So we mentioned how Chief Irons tried to escape. Chief Irons drives to the gate,
right?
And they can realize the gates to leave the city are all shut down,
right?
They start shooting the people who are trying to leave. They start unloading. They missed this nigga's whole car. I don't know what they shooting at. I don't know how they missed this nigga's whole car. He has enough room to get shot at, back out around other cars, and get all the way back to the police station. Don't get shot once. He was not going to break into his car. That nigga that man was alive for like 8 seconds. He didn't get shot neither. So I'm trying to figure out, what were they shooting at this whole time? They missed this whole
niggas wasn't
car.
training. They just gave them niggas them guns and said, "Here, if somebody moved, you shoot."
They had the same training Leon had.
They had that same Leon. They had that Leon Kennedy training.
Exactly.
That stormtrooper aim. They couldn't hit nothing,
bro. I was like,
it made no sense, bro. So then he goes back to the station, like you said. He meets up with Claire and Leon, and then they all go to the orphanage.
Yeah, they go to the orphanage. Get killed by the liquor. Lisa Trevor turns into Jet Li and snaps
and then she has the key. And then she has all the keys. That the diamond key, the key ring with the diamond key, the club. Mind you, why does she have these keys? Ain't they supposed to be in the mansion? Or
exactly.
Or in the police station or anywhere.
They was trying too much. They was trying too much to do.
And then they get Lisa Trevor gives Claire the keys because apparently Claire and Lisa Trevor are BFFs back in the day.
Wait, hold on. Wait a minute.
When that happened?
When is Lisa Trevor this nice?
Exactly.
In the game, I was fighting for my life and staying away from her in the damn game. She was like Granddad said earlier, when the zombies or any enemy see you, it's on and popping. Right. It ain't no friendliness. So I'm like, why
Lisa
they make
Trevor all of a sudden they
nice,
they best buds.
Yeah, they just best.
They got BFF rings and everything, you know.
Right.
And she was like, "Oh, that's my friend. Let me help my friend. I ain't seen her in a minute. What's up, Claire? Let me give you these keys to the secret laboratory that I know about and nobody else know about." Like, so she gives her the keys to the secret passageway to the lab,
to the
underground lab. And then there's an elevator, and then she's like, they say their goodbyes and stuff like that. But I'm like, look, that is not Lisa Trevor. Lisa Trevor would never. It would, bruh.
But did you peep the quick Code Veronica callback that they did? So after they went down into the secret passage, they showed the video where you showed the Asper twins playing, messing with that dragonfly, whatever. I'm like, okay, that's a Code Veronica. If you play Resident Evil Code Veronica, that was a callback to that.
Right.
Still don't understand why they try to put that in there.
That made no sense to me because I was like, why are y'all talking about Code Veronica in this one? Like out of all this, after all this time in the movie, now y'all want to try to slide in a Code Veronica reference that really don't make no sense because okay, you showed us that, now what? It just so Claire can get mad and say, "Oh, they were experimenting on so many different kids, the twins and Lisa Trevor and all these other people," and it got Claire mad, of course, because like she was gonna be one of those experiments if she didn't get away. So she has like this like breakdown. She gets really angry. She destroys the little film reel and the books that has all the information. And Leon's just there looking like a dumbass still, not knowing what's going on. He's like, "Oh," he's like, you know.
Now, at that point, that's when we see the mutated. The more mutated William Birkin, pretty much. He's getting fully formed. He's bigger now. He's still kind of like human because he's still talking to Leon and trying to kill him and all that stuff. But it's like, all right.
And so him and Chris have this little, I guess, fight.
Yeah.
And he's like, and apparently because like William Birkin had taken Chris in and helped him,
Chris and Claire when they were kids.
Right, yeah. Chris and Claire. But no, he took a liking to Chris because Claire escaped, but he kind of like helped raise Chris and kind of put him through school and got him his...
That didn't happen.
That is not true at all. Another lie. Another whole ass lie. I was like, William Birkin don't know that nigga. But anyway.
Right.
So apparently now this whole confrontation of like, oh, your father figure is now... You have to take out your father figure now, who's now this mutated monster who's been responsible for all this chaos that's been going on in the city, who you looked up to so much. So that's what they did that for. So they had this fight. Chris, of course, getting his ass whooped because even though Chris, he wasn't Leon soft, but Chris was kind of soft. Cool. Chris was cool, but like he was cool, but he could have been better too. But like so him and Birkin are fighting. Jill's there too. Sherry's there too, and Sherry all of a sudden is now, siding with the niggas who is part of the team of the nigga who just killed their parents. All of a sudden, we cool though. I would have been like, fuck y'all. Y'all wear the same outfit as the same person who just killed my dad. And now I gotta run from it because he mutated, and I get it. So now she's all of a sudden now, with them because they're trying to protect her because that's the least they can do for killing their parents. But so they have the big confrontation. They have a moment where they think William is dead, and then they end up going on the train, the classic train at the end of Resident Evil. This is another thing that upsets me. Why the fuck was everybody on the train at the same time? Since when is Chris, Jill, Claire, Leon, and Sherry on the train at the same damn time? Never. Not ever.
Because them to get out. It makes sense.
Because all
on the way out.
All four of them are like the main characters of the original game.
I get it.
I can see why they're doing that. I mean, they on the same train that's on Resident Evil 2.
But no, they should have had them both. They should have had separate ways of escaping somehow. I don't know.
They should have. They should have.
Because they out of the city. The city shut down. The city was set to be demolished at 6.
Man,
the whole movie was about, all right, we need to get out of here. And once they found out the only way to get out was the train, all the people who still alive need to be on the train. It made sense to me.
So then
it wouldn't make sense the way it is in the game.
The way it is in the game.
That's what
because in the game, so in the game, the events that are happening between Leon and Claire are simultaneously are happening slightly after the events of the mansion, but also Jill is also slightly after that dealing with 3. So it's all kind of happening.
Yeah. Resident Evil 3 takes the first half of Resident Evil 3 takes place 24 hours before Resident Evil 2.
Right.
And then the second half of Resident Evil 3 takes
after. Right.
So every movie is all one night.
Right. So it's all happening at one night. So essentially, based on the games, they should have never even came in contact with each other.
They shouldn't have.
Not at all. But because of the movie, they had to do it. They had to merge it together. But again, I'm gonna tell you why that also does not make any sense leading to the end of the movie. But so the movie, so we go back to the train. Everybody thinks they're safe, and I knew at this point. I said Birkin's coming back. This is the build up for Birkin to come back. It's got to come back. So William Birkin,
it's just like the final scene of Resident Evil 2.
Exactly. So William Birkin finally comes back, and he's fully mutated now. He's like the big monstrosity. William Birkin, the big bad motherfucker. So I'm like, okay, here we go. Here's the final fight. So
and who kills him?
Out of everybody
who kills him.
This nigga Leon comes out with a random ass rocket launcher that was so happened in the front of the train. Who leaves a rocket launcher in the front of a train? Number one. Second of all, the rocket launcher. Okay, mind you, they're in a train car. I don't know if you've ever been in a train car, but it's not very big. I don't care what train you've been on. This man shoots a full rocket launcher at Birkin. And Chris is like right there. That nigga right
Yep.
there next to him.
Yep.
And he does the bullshit action movie dive to get out the way. But he right there, Sherry in there, Jill in there, all the niggas in there. But for some reason, it hits Birkin right point blank, kills Birkin. Everybody else is just fine, chilling.
Right,
And it separates the train car perfectly in half.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep.
I'm like,
And then-
nigga.
And then they get away right at the time.
And they get away right at the
before
time. Right at the time, of course.
the city exploded and then everything exploded.
And then, yeah.
And you
They
don't
changed that too, though, right?
Yeah, because
The
it was
city
supposed to
exploding.
because it seemed like they imploded the city instead of it.
It was
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
like an implosion.
It imploded.
So they
it cuts away. Like when after he hit the rocket launcher and it cuts away. So then you see a scene where Wesker wakes up in like a body bag or whatever. He wakes up, oh man, I can't see anything. Then all of a sudden you hear a voice.
this pissed me off too.
I'm
This
like-
pissed me
I'm
off
like-
too.
And soon
This-
as I saw
it.
the lady figure, I was like,
When I saw
hey.
the heels, I was like, here go Ada.
I really said,
I was like, no,
Ada.
they're not about to say
And
Ada. They're not.
And then,
Bruh.
and then he like, how come I can't see? I'm like, because his eyes are like red.
Yeah.
Like when Wesker, because obviously she must have put some T-virus or something in him, which
Right.
is what happened in the game. Well, he injected himself in the game, but
Yeah.
obviously she must have put the T-virus in him, which is why he came back to life.
Right.
So it's Ada talking, oh, who you working for? Da 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 da. And then she walks off. I'm like, I know that. And then at that point, I'm thinking like, okay, so she walks off, and then it goes back to the scene where you see Leon, Claire, Jill, and Chris and Sherry all walking out the tunnel, and then the fucking movie cuts off. I'm like, I know they ain't thinking they gonna make a sequel off that
Right.
bullshit. Like,
Right.
who the fuck
Yeah.
wants to see this? Like the way they played that out.
They made me so mad, and actually be like the ending scene when they walked out the tunnel. That was the end of the movie, and then it was like and then they did like a cut scene after the credit, a little bit after the credits. And that was the Ada Wesker thing. Because I was about to walk out, and then I saw that they did it, and I was like, oh, here comes something else. And then I stood,
But I'm like,
but
yeah, why are they teasing that bullshit? Because
exactly.
No, I'm not gonna. Y'all ain't gonna do this to me again.
Nope,
Y'all not gonna do this to
you
me
is. You
again.
gonna go. You know you damn
They're
well
not-
go.
they're not
You
making
gonna
another
go.
movie.
You gonna go.
All six of the bad ones.
If you lasted 6 movies,
You going to the next one.
you can.
No,
But here's
me one, shame on me or whatever.
6 times,
Bro, you
nigga.
got four, 6
It's
times,
been
bro.
It's been shame on you. It's shame on
You
you.
been
Your thoughts, everything.
Man, this shit was so bad. I know, but
All right.
the fact that they even try to tease, oh, this is not over yet. It's like, really, y'all?
It's so convoluted and messy at this point.
Yeah, it
Because
really
like
is.
now, okay, so now we thinking, okay, Ada, who just shows up and
Right.
helps Wesker. That's not our introduction to Ada. Ada has a strong connection to Leon. So that
Yes,
means now.
a very strong connection.
So why couldn't we have waited? So this is what made me more upset about this movie is like if instead of just if y'all intention was to have another movie, which obviously I guess that's their intention, which ain't gonna happen. But if their intention was to have another movie, why didn't they just focus this movie on Resident Evil 1? Why didn't they just focus it on Resident Evil 1 and then have that parlay into Resident Evil 2 where we can get Leon and Claire and Ada and Mr. X and all the other shit that we should probably be getting in the
Right.
instead of trying to throw everything in one movie. Like
Yep.
if their intention, I can see if their intention wasn't to tease a sequel, but the fact if they would have just cut the movie off when they walked out the tunnel, I'd have been all right, we're done. But the fact that they had the audacity, the gall to tease us with a sequel, like that shit really gonna fucking happen, and waste someone like Ada Wong, who ain't gonna have no reason to come back for another time. That was her only lines and her only cameo. They lied to that woman who got cast.
Yeah.
They said,
Yeah,
"Oh, we gonna have you at the end. Well, you'll be back. I promise you."
Yeah.
They lying.
No,
That's a
that
lie.
shit-
That's a damn lie.
This
There should
movie
just
was-
been a series.
yeah,
Yeah,
like a
it's a series.
Yes,
Netflix
it would have
series.
been way better as a series. A way better
Yeah.
series.
If this was a TV show, I would have forgave a lot of the stuff they was doing.
Man, still to
The
this
acting,
day,
the acting
except
could have
the
been just as
acting.
bad, and I would have been fine if it was a TV show.
Right, and they could have spread over 8 episodes. They could have definitely covered the ground of both games over 8 to 10 episodes. Easy.
till this day, the Resident Evil animation movies are still better than the live action animation movies. Like if you haven't
Yeah.
seen none of the Resident Evil animation movies, like check those out. Those are definitely good. Hell, the voice actors are even way better than these actors they got for this one. But this movie was Man, yeah, I left the theater like I was like you, Isaiah. I was like, damn, I definitely do kind of want my money back. Like this is
I was
this shit was
look.
horrible.
I was upset.
You're about to Blair Witch it.
Man,
I
about to
was
Blair Witch that shit. I was about to Blair Witch it, man, because that shit was horrible. What you about to say, Granddad?
no. I was when I left out. I was more upset at the fact that they tried to tease a sequel. That was what I was more upset about than anything because I was like, you have the audacity.
Yeah, man. Like this.
I didn't mind it. I thought I expected it to be way worse than it was. Maybe that's why I'm not as bothered. I still think it. I mean, it wasn't very good, but like I said, it wasn't. I'm not gonna say it was complete trash because I went into it strictly at just watching the movie.
And you don't have no connection with the game, so you
Not at
know
all.
Right.
your anger is not as
Yeah, I'm not gonna be as upset
yeah.
as y'all are.
Yeah.
So just on movie alone, like, but we all agree the acting was bad. The story had too
Very
much
bad.
going on.
It's too
That stuff
much.
didn't make sense.
Yeah.
But if you just go into it like, all right, I'm supposed to be watching this survival horror film, it was okay. Could have been worse. I expected it to
That's
be
what I
worse.
did though. That's what I did, and
And
it
he
was
still-
still just ass.
Because at
It's
the end
ass.
of the day, you want a movie to
Ass,
still be. You want the actors to be able to act. You want
I
the
do.
story to make sense in any movie, no matter if you have context for it or not. And that's why I say for me, I'm not super harsh on it because they had so many of these little Easter eggs, these little callbacks that like they did really well. I will give them that. They did a lot of these callbacks, Easter eggs they did were really well done. And this is still better than all the other Resident Evil movies that came before it because it's way more true to what Resident Evil is. So I'm giving it points for that. Other than that, this shit can go. This shit, I can't defend it. I can't defend this how they tried to cram in two games and then a little bit of Code Veronica in 2 hours, less than 2 hours.
Movies can never just make what they need to make. They always try to do more and add more stuff. When it's like,
Yeah.
no, you just stuck with just a simple thing, it would have made a better movie. Because like that's usually a lot of people's critique of movies like this is they try to do too much. They tried to Justice League it.
They should have just made one. They should have just made Resident Evil 1, focused on the mansion, and then at the end of the mansion, had them tease Resident Evil 2. Did like a Leon tease where later say, hey, Leon, oh, we have a new rookie, Leon Kennedy, welcome to RPD. And then it leads into his story. And then we'll get that. That would have been way better if they just focused. And then we would have been able to have more of a connection to Jill and Chris, and
then we could have been introduced to Claire. Like, okay, Claire's
Right.
looking for her brother. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
built the storyline up behind that, just like you did in the game. Like,
Exactly. Like, they could have ended that. They could have ended the main movie with Claire, saying, "Oh, I need to find my brother Chris." After Chris has been through his whole ordeal, and then they could have did an extra cutscene introducing Leon. That would have been way better.
Also, another thing, I think we haven't spoke on the makeup effects for the zombies looks horrible. Like,
yeah.
I felt like at least the melee ones, the Resident Evils, the zombies, they definitely took more time with the makeup on the zombies. You know what I'm saying? These zombies in this film looked so cheesy. They did not do a good job with the makeup.
They spent all the money on the sets.
Had to.
They spent all that money.
So.
They probably spent too much money on making the RPD look like RPD and the mansion.
The zombies didn't look convincing at all to me in this movie. I want to make that point.
Yeah, I didn't like the zombies either because I also didn't like how. First of all, what got me going back to when Claire was attacked by the mom and the mom and the other one. Ain't never been in the first Resident Evil or two. They jump through the window like that on that level of speed. They are not that fast. First of all, none of the zombies are that fast, that aggressive. That ain't until we get to like 4. When they start to pick up the pace and whatnot. Like the zombies are supposed to be slow, methodical. They're undead like spawns of like this side effects of this virus, and they just made these zombies seem like they're these.
Maybe those first 2 was faster because they wasn't fully turned yet, like the rest of.
No, that's
no.
Stop justifying it. Stop justifying it.
No, it's not.
It's bullshit.
It's not
bullshit, bro.
Y'all are honestly giving it a pass, saying that they should have split it up into 1 and 2. They shouldn't even just made the movie at all.
Well,
I honestly want to know who asked for this movie.
Nobody, but I'm saying because they did make it.
I think people.
It would have been better
think,
if they did it that way.
Yeah, I think Isaiah. I think people was definitely hearing the criticism throughout the years of the Mila Jovovich.
That lady.
Yeah.
I think they was hearing the criticisms, and I guess they felt like, okay, we got to right this wrong. You know what I'm saying? And let's get more callbacks to the game, and let's get more of this. Let's do more of that.
They could
They
have
could have did that, but with better actors. Like
Right.
the actors and actresses in this movie was that's what really made this movie so ass. Was just the acting, the whole acting in this movie. I feel like I could have been in this movie.
Right.
Could have been in this movie.
And what's crazy is they made
just as good as a job.
They made
You would have gotten more kills than Leon.
Oh yeah,
Basically.
damn right. Anybody would.
You know what I'm saying?
Anybody would.
So like, yeah, I feel like the acting to me just really, really sunk this movie a lot. Because like I said, the one thing, the positive, I do appreciate the callbacks in the game. Like I do appreciate that. I'm like, okay, cool. They got that part. The zombie turned his head after he chewing on a dude. That's a callback to the very first time we got introduced to a zombie in the first Resident Evil game.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so I appreciate the callbacks in here. It's just the acting and the way they tried to plot, and the plot was all over the place.
It was a mess. It was a mess.
It was a mess. It was a clusterfuck, and on top of that clusterfuck, it was bad acting. So that just makes for a bad movie overall.
The scene where they were like, it looked like they were in a classroom, and they just kept making fun of Leon, and like everyone was just laughing. That's when the movie turned for me. I was like, "What? I don't even know what I'm watching at this point."
Yeah,
wait. What scene is that? Wait, the class or in the bar?
It's like
the beginning.
It looked like they were in a bar.
They're in a bar.
Not in a bar. It looked like they were in a classroom, but it was.
They're in a diner with the two other cops that came in. They were saying, "Aren't you the one who shot us partner in the ass?" Yeah. They were in a diner.
It was just Irons. That's his name, right? Irons.
Yeah, Irons. Yeah, Chief Irons.
He was just like making fun of him the whole time.
Oh, that's when they were in the police station.
It just seemed like an improv scene. Like,
right, it's like Leon, what are you doing in here? Like what's
I'm like
everybody
Leon
but
is
you.
not even like that. Yeah,
like Leon don't get treated this way, like at all. Like I mean, Leon, like that's the fact that Leon. When we talked about like when we saw the pictures of the movie, like the screenshots, like a while back ago, and I said I didn't like how they casted Leon and Jill, like, because they don't look like anything like how they're supposed to look. Like Leon, I at least thought, okay, if Leon's gonna look this way, then at least he's gonna be true to character. But they not only
Claire and Chris is, I think, it's the best. That
Claire
they got
was even more of a badass than she actually is in the game off jump. Like Claire came out the gate as the strongest. Claire technically was the strongest character out of everybody.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
And then I would give it to Claire, Chris, Jill, and then Wesker, and then Leon. You know.
Yeah. But I'm talking about as far as this casting, as far as like kind of resembling the characters.
Yeah.
I feel like Claire and Chris, they probably got the best right. Like, right. But Leon and Jill was
No,
they did those all wrong. And I don't know why.
It's weird. It's weird because Leon, he has blonde hair in real life. Or the actor. And the actor, his hair is blonde, like right now.
Oh, really?
So they could have just dyed his hair.
Yeah. And cut it.
Black.
Right.
Like, this is crazy, man.
I don't get why Hollywood needs to, we can give the character a new look as long as we give them the same name. Like, no, that's not why. Like, you don't, that's not how it works. Like, you don't, if you're going to make this game and you want this to be like a nostalgia trip or a callback to the games, you have to cast these people who look similar, at least similar, not carbon copy, but at least similar to where we look at them and like, okay, yeah, I can see that being Leon. I can see that being Jill. Like they did it with Chris. Chris was fine visually. Like, yeah. And Claire it was acceptable as well too. Even Chief Irons kind of looked like Chief Irons a little, for the most part.
It's really them three.
It's
them
just but it's the Jill, even Wesker to a certain extent, but not really. But it's like it just doesn't make any sense that they just kind of said, okay, it's like kind of like they had to make like a sacrifice. Like, yeah, we'll give you the callbacks and the survival horror, but on the flip side, it's gonna look like we're not gonna have it exactly as it should be. And like it would have been so much easier to make this a series, like y'all were saying before. If they would have made this a Netflix series, hour-long episodes, like they could have did all this. They could have did all this where they could have switched from episode to episode and bounced back and forth and had more time to flesh out these stories and give us more of what we wanted and make it make sense. Because it doesn't. That's the problem with this movie too. It just does not make sense that all this transpired the way that it did, like at all. It's just like they said, throw all the characters in the pot and just let's see what happens. Because they I guess they thought that would have been a good idea. Like, oh, let's just have all the characters interact with each other. That'll make everybody happy because everybody will be in the movie at the same time. I'm like, nah, that's not how we do it out here. You got to do it the right way. If you gonna do this, if they gave us 6 of ass Resident Evil movies in the past, 6, they should know at least, okay, we can try this. We can run for at least a good 3 of these. At least a good 3 of these.
I don't know, man.
No, not now.
Those movies made money. That's what they kept making them.
Yeah, they made money. But I feel
I don't know if this movie gonna make money.
I feel like if they would have really went true to form and they said, okay, we're gonna walk through. Okay, we're gonna walk through. They had a sound plan. We're gonna do 1, 2, and 3, but we're gonna make 1 really good. Focus on 1. We're gonna build up Jill a lot because you need Jill for 3. So we're gonna build up Jill a lot. Centered around her, somewhat crisp, but yeah, around her. Lead into 2, do 2 really well as well, make a good sequel, and then bring Jill back for that 3rd with the battle with Nemesis, and then stop it there. That would have been good. That would have been good. We even got to do, and if you want to do 4, if it does well, you want to do 4 with Leon, you've already built Leon in 2, so you can stretch it out to 4 if you want to, and stop there if you want to do that. But they can't do that no more. They fucked it up. So now I don't want to see another one. I'm done with Resident Evil movies completely. Like, if they want to try this as a series and get somebody new at the helm,
they're making a series. I don't know when it's coming out.
It
might already be out.
Well,
they got an animated series.
It's an animated series.
It's a 4-episode animated series.
Yeah, but I'm talking about like a live,
good.
but like a live action series. Like I think they should have did it this way because it's like this should have went. I wish this would have been like HBO Max or some shit. I wish I would have went and paid for this shit. Real talk. Like,
I know, man. This shit was bad, man. Bad movie.
Another L for the video game movie category.
Another L.
It's just like they make stuff like this, and that's why we have that narrative of why video game movies like just don't work. I think Mortal Kombat was better than this one, but I think they both had the same problem where it's like they'll do the callbacks, but the story and the characters just aren't good.
Yeah.
It's like they don't, it's like they think, I don't know if it's whoever's producing or writing the movie just thinks, oh, like we just have to hit them with the nostalgia a little bit here and there, and then we can throw in whatever we want on the side. Like, because I honestly think the people who write these movies and produce these movies aren't really even fans of these franchises. They just say, so I think we need somebody, which is hard to say because it's hard to have a Hollywood writer who's a big fan of a video game franchise. You're rarely gonna get that to be able to be like, okay, we can.
I think whoever did this is somewhat of a, because for all the callbacks throughout this movie,
they could have had an advisor.
Someone in there was somewhat of a fan.
Well, how come they couldn't write a good script?
I don't know.
Okay, they probably went back, either played the games or had an advisor who's a fan of the game. Said, okay, you got to have this, and this. Here's the characters. Here's how the game. And they probably went back and said, okay, and they probably cherry picked what they liked about the. Okay, I'll have that. I have that in the movie. I have that in the movie. We'll change that in the script. Or I don't like. Well, why don't we just put all the characters in here? That makes more sense. That's easier for me to write in the movie, or whatever it is, because it's just like it sucks. It's like you want to have I was rooting for this movie low key. I was like, I didn't know it was gonna be great, but I said at least for it to be solid and decent.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I was like, they just can't get it together. Wrong. But hey, look. So as y'all can see, we've all collectively telling you don't go watch this movie. And it's not worth it. It's not worth the money. It's not even if you're a big Resident Evil fan like me and B, it's still not worth it. The callbacks are not enough. The set design is not enough. The characters, they got a lot of characters in there. That's like, oh, that character's here. Oh, blah, blah. But it's still not enough because the story is not great. It's convoluted. It's messy. It's all over the place. The acting is not good. The characters do dumb shit. They did my nigga Leon wrong. I'm so mad how they did Leon still to this day and forever. Like, Leon should not have been portrayed like that whatsoever.
He was horrible. He was useless.
I
ain't never seen a nigga so useless.
You know what made me? Here's another thing that made me mad. It was a line in the movie where it was at the end. I think when Chris saw Leon in the lab, and he was like, rookie. He was like, yeah, I'm surprised I'm still here too. That's what Leon said. I'm surprised I'm still here too. Like, bruh.
You're not even confident.
You're not even confident in yourself,
confident as hell.
Leon ain't want to be doing none of that stuff. That's when Chief Iron showed back up. Leon was like, "So are you back in charge now?"
Right.
Leon was like, "Look, I don't want to be doing none of this shit."
I'm like,
he
and then
left.
he fell asleep right in front of the station when the truck crashed and he didn't hear nothing. And then and then when the zombie ran in, he didn't even try to defend himself. He was all shook, and Irons had to kill him. Like, bruh, you just. He
was having a conversation with someone. He was like, I can't remember. He was like, "Do you know why I turned into be a cop or something like that?" And then she was like, "Why?" And he was like, "I don't know either."
He had zero confidence in himself, like, or identity. I'm like, bro, like, why?
I don't even think the actor wanted to be there.
He probably did. He probably knew it was some
bullshit. They messed
bullshit.
Leon up so bad, man.
Like, they did him so dirty, and like now,
they really did.
Like, if they have, I swear, if this movie even tries to sniff at a sequel and they bring this man back, bruh, he gonna get hold. Ada is gonna hold the hell out of this boy. Ada gonna walk all over this. They better not even let him interact with Ada. He don't deserve it. He don't deserve it. No,
honestly, this is the Dollar General ass movie.
No, it's a great value. This is a great value.
This is a movie at the bottom of the $5 bin.
This is a Dollar Tree ass movie. Everything's a dollar.
This shit was so bad, man.
It's a Goodwill ass movie, bro.
I would not even call it mid. Like, that is a compliment to this.
That's what I'm saying. I can't believe you're saying
this
that.
movie is just ass. It's straight ass.
Look, I'm trying to find the small positives.
You can't find nothing, bro.
There is some small positives. You can't
rod this movie.
Look. I guess I'm gonna be Rod. I'm gonna be Rod today a little bit because I do like the callbacks. The callbacks were good.
I do too.
And the set design was really good with some aspects. I'm gonna give it that. So instead of me saying the movie was like complete, it is. I said it's ass to lower mid. On a good day, lower mid. But like mostly it's ass. Okay, but there are a couple bright spots. A couple, like two. All right, so, and I sat through it. I didn't want to get up and leave. I was irritable, but I said I'm gonna see it through. And then I got more mad when they said they're gonna try to do a sequel. They're gonna try. Yeah, okay.
So we all agree the movie wasn't all that. It was pretty bad.
Yeah,
now,
pretty bad.
We coming off one video game movie, and we finna go into another one soon with Uncharted. Do we think that Uncharted will be better than this? Again, I've never played Uncharted. I'm playing the first one now. That's why I'm playing them now. So when the movie comes out, I can just watch the movie.
Yeah, you have a connection. Yeah. I'm worried about this too.
It got to be better than Resident. It has to be better than what the fuck we just saw.
That's not much of a competition.
That's not much of a competition. And here's the thing: Uncharted is completely okay. First of all, Uncharted. Here's what I'm worried about with Uncharted, because I've played all the Uncharted games. I love Uncharted. Tom Holland is a great Peter Parker. I love him as Spider-Man.
Excellent Peter Parker.
I'm still not sold on him as Nathan Drake. I saw the trailer. I'm still not sold on him. I'm not sold on Sully being played by Mark Wahlberg.
I ain't even see the trailer. I gotta see the trailer.
Mark Wahlberg's playing Sully. I'm not sold on that either. Like, these characters, for some reason, I'm not like, I'm not feeling it like off top. So
I do feel weird about Tom Holland, even though the little bit of play I played of Uncharted, I do feel like he's supposed to be at least older than Tom Holland. Yeah. This nigga supposed to be at least about 30.
Exactly.
And Tom Holland like 24.
I don't feel it. I don't feel it. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna wait and see when it comes out. I'm gonna still go see it, but I just feel like I don't feel like it's gonna be horrible, but I do think it's not going to live up to. I feel like it's not going to live up to expectations as far as how good the games are. It's not. As long as it's like, I mean, but at least we know with Tom Holland and Mark Wahlberg, the acting ain't going to be ass. At least they can act. But is the story going to be good? Are they going to have the good callbacks to the games? Or is the story going to make sense? Are they going to just focus on one? Or are they going to hodgepodge all 4 movies in one movie? Like,
there's going to be a bunch of them together.
Which
I feel like they're going to try to spread it out and make it like they're going to try to make a franchise of it. They're going to try to make it a trilogy. I feel like they're going to try to at least work it into a trilogy. Mm-hmm. But I'm confident they're going to mix together a couple of games at once to do that.
Guess we gonna see.
Confident.
I don't think it's going to be that bad. This is also going to be like the Sony Studios' first movie too. So.
And
if this doesn't do good, if this doesn't do good, then they can't make no more movies.
Right.
They just got to put down the whole studio.
Sony don't care about making bad movies. They made Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2.
I don't think they're going to be
those movies really.
Sony don't give a fuck. If
Sony
it
don't care.
makes
Those
money,
movies-
Sony will keep making.
That's the one with Jamie Foxx in it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, them
if it
shits was
makes
bad.
money,
Them shits was
Sony
bad.
will
Them
keep
shits was
making
bad.
them.
They're like
Them shits was bad.
they're not as
See,
bad as the
here you
first
gonna
time
be
I
a ride
watched
with
them.
these whack ass Marvel movies. Here you
They're
gonna be a
bad.
ride with these.
They're
They're
bad.
not that bad.
Hey,
The movies
they're
are
bad, just like those Venom
They're,
movies.
they're bad.
they bad.
Hold on, they're bad.
They're
They're
bad, just like
bad,
the
but
Venom
they're
movies.
not as bad. Like they're still pretty bad, but they're not as bad. The first Venom movie
Ass.
isn't.
Oh, my
Ass.
bad.
That movie was
Second one.
horrible.
That
The
movie
second
was
one's even worse. The
ass.
second
The second
I
one
still
is
haven't
horrible.
watched the second
The second
I
one
didn't
is
even
actually horrible.
bother. I didn't even bother with the second one after that first one. I'm like, ain't no way they
I'm
do
not.
it.
But the reason is those movies made a lot of money. Venom 1 made a lot of money. When I saw how much money it made, I knew we would get a sequel.
All
And
you gotta
everybody
do
knew
is
the movie was
slap
bad.
Marvel. All you gotta do is slap Marvel on that thing, and it's gonna make money. That's the problem. Like that's the
Yeah.
problem. You slap Marvel on it, people are gonna go see it.
So that's why they're banking on Uncharted.
they didn't
It's
see
really
Eternals.
respected as a Sony IP. They're like, all right, we already own the IP. Let's try to crank a movie. If they can get one decent movie out of it, if they can make one decent action movie out of it,
Hey, they
they're
made
gonna try to milk
Spider-Verse.
it. They're gonna try to milk it.
Spider-Verse is good.
It's animated as well.
That's good. It's hard to mess up an animated Spider-Man movie. It's really hard to mess that up.
because it's less. It's less. You ain't gotta. You have to just worry about the right voice. You ain't gotta worry about the right
Yeah.
acting. So like
That movie was great. That movie was very well done.
That's
Yeah.
like the best Spider-Man movie.
right. That's
Honestly.
that's
Out of all
why
of them.
that's why Disney and Pixar be killing the game for the past 20, 30 years. Like
It's
all them-
animated
and
movies.
them animated movies just make money. They do it. They
You
do
have
it
way
right.
more realm to do different things
Yeah.
instead of having real people there. You can
Right.
get way more creative with an animated movie.
Yep.
All right, so to wrap up this Resident Evil review, movie was trash. It was ass. We've all pretty much in agreement that, with the exception of Granddad. Granddad's a little bit nicer than everybody.
Yeah.
Look.
We're all
look.
saying-
I'm nicer too. I'm nicer too. I said,
yeah, 'cause you don't
You're
have
not,
a
you're not as nice
You don't
as
have a
Granddad
connection.
though.
Yeah, you're
Look,
not as nice. as
I'm
Granddad.
look. If it wasn't as many callbacks and I didn't appreciate the set design, I would be like pure ass. But that's
So
like
so it was just pulling on your heartstrings then.
that they kind of got me on that on those
it
small little
was-
parts.
It was too for me, but this doesn't take away the fact that this
But
movie is still ass.
I'm not
though.
gonna. But at the same time, I'm not gonna go see it again. I'm not gonna go see a sequel. I don't feel a reason if they make one, which they probably won't. They're probably not gonna make a
Bro,
sequel.
they can't. It's
Yeah,
no
they can't.
way.
It's
There's
not
no
going
way.
on.
No way.
Make
This
that
money.
back.
No
Yeah.
way. This movie killed in the theaters. No.
Oh,
That's why they.
No.
I think that's why they put it out now during the pandemic. They're like, we already know we're not going to get our money back. Let's go and drop something. Just drop it now. If they wanted their money back, they would have pushed it to after the pandemic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This
So,
shit
yeah.
reminded me of have y'all seen New Mutants?
Yeah,
That shit was horrible. That shit was really
that
bad.
was but Fox made that though. Sony didn't make that. That was Fox's last.
But that's what it
attempt.
reminded me of, where like it kind of pulled on heartstrings, but the acting was horrible. Like it was really bad.
I
Yeah.
remember that movie had a lot of reshoots too. It was still bad.
Yeah.
That movie was in limbo for years. Already done, just on the shelf because it was that bad. And like once Marvel got it, Marvel said, "This is ass. We can't put this out." So then they waited and they were just like, "Let's go and just drop it so people stop asking about it."
Right. 'Cause they-
So you want to go to commercial and then come back and we do a live question and wrap it up?
Yep.
All right, y'all. So we're gonna take another 60-second ad break. If you're a subscriber, you'll stick with us. If not, I hope you didn't spend that money on this movie.
Right.
We'll be back.
All right. So we got any questions up in there? Anybody in the question queue?
Let's see.
I don't even think we did you say it right before
We said we were gonna do
did
questions.
Yeah,
the
we're gonna do
commercial?
questions. Yeah. So I'm not seeing no questions, but I think we did. I think somebody did post in the.
I think
No,
there's some
nothing.
written questions in here.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. Hold on.
Oh, and then we also got one in the chat from Gelato. They said, "Does a video game movie have to follow a game series story to be good?"
No. No, to a certain degree. Like you're gonna have to have callbacks, but majority of the time, like me, when I watched this movie, like I didn't have any knowledge of the other movies. So you're gonna have to have people that have seen or played the games, so they have that knowledge, but you're also gonna have to cater to people that have never seen or played the games. So you have to find the middle. And with Resident Evil, they just kind of lean more towards people that have actually played the game. Because I was confused pretty much the whole movie. I had
Mhm.
no idea what was going on. But yeah, they have to find a medium, and they haven't found that yet. I think Sonic and Detective Pikachu did good, but yeah,
All
they haven't found that medium yet with the video game movies.
right, I got a couple questions in the chat thing, so we'll answer two. So we got one from Public Enemy B. He says
I
random.
was still answering the other one.
Oh, he's oh my bad. I thought that was like a general question. Oh yeah, the other
Nah,
question.
I was still Isaiah answered. I'm gonna go next.
Go ahead.
I feel that it's easy to say that they don't have to follow the story from the game, but they'll be kind of doomed if they don't follow the game story because people are just going to complain it's not like the game. So I feel like it's easier to just follow the video game story as much as possible and then deviate here and there just to make it a better movie.
I've always said, I've said this time and time again to answer the question. Follow the story of the game. If the story is strong enough, follow the story of the game. Now, if the story has wiggle room to add for improvement or to add some things that won't take away from the game or the story itself, fine. But if you have a strong core story and core characters, all you got to do is just follow that blueprint, put the right people, cast the right people for the right role who can actually act and tell the story, and then just have it translate. Now, mind you, you gotta shrink down a 30-hour game or 40-hour game to a 2-hour movie. So you can't get everything, but get the core points across, and with the right talent, you can do that. That's why it's so hard to make video game movies, I think, because there's so much more time to flesh out these games and stories than to try to condense it down to a 2-hour movie. It's hard. That's why you need to have multiple movies and sequels and whatnot. But yeah, trying to follow the story as best as possible, because that's why people are going to see this movie, because they have a connection to this game and they want to see you take this story and transcend it. We don't want to see you change it unless it's a character that's interchangeable. Like Sonic can be interchanged anywhere, because Sonic is a character that can be placed in multiple, worlds and whatever it is, and it'll work. But Uncharted can't just go off the rails and not be Uncharted or not follow the story of Uncharted. Same thing with Resident Evil. Like, you gotta stick to the core.
I agree with everything you said, Granddad. I definitely feel like you gotta stick to it.
I just think the main issue is that these companies aren't hiring people that are actual fans of these like franchises.
Of course. Yeah. These people don't know. They have to go back and probably watch or play, if they play video games, if not just, or go get advisors who know about the stuff or know about the subject, and just have them kind of tell them, hey, this is the most important parts of the game, and put this in the movie, and then they got to figure it out.
My bad, what were you gonna say?
No, which is why we get what we get when we get these movies. But go ahead.
That's why I was gonna say, like, that's why the Mandalorian or even like the MCU movies, they work so well, is because the people working on them, they know pretty much everything, like comics or just stuff. Like, they have knowledge, so they're actual fans of these franchises, so they know what they're doing. They're not just making a movie or making a TV show just to make it. So that's just, I think that's like,
even though the Marvel movies do change a lot of stuff, though.
Yeah, but they do change it, but it still ends up working for most people.
For the most part, I do feel like that they work out. But I think that's also a thing with we've gotten used to that over time. When they first came out, people were just complaining, like, yo, what's up with this new shit? But it's the point where Marvel has doubled down and tripled down enough to where, like, they keep making movies, so you just got to learn to get over it, right?
Yeah.
But something like this, like a video game movie, these don't happen enough, or like they're not as committed to these franchises that we know that they're going to keep making them, so they'll correct it at a certain point. That's why we just complain, because they're going to drop one here, and that's it. Oh, we hated it, and they ain't going to make another one. But Marvel, they said, look, you can hate it if you want to. Part 2 coming out in 2 years. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you get over it. You're going to keep watching our shit. The video game movies are different. They'll drop one, and that's it. Ain't no more. People hated it. All right, we're done with that franchise. The video game movies don't work. They're going to keep saying that.
Well, as long as it make money.
Yep. You got any other question?
Will you have one?
Yeah, so Public Enemy B, let me pull it back up, because I was playing this today. So it's actually two, but yeah, so Public Enemy B said, better game, Mario Kart 64 or Diddy Kong Racing?
I'll go first.
Mario Kart 64.
Oh, B went first. I'll go second. I never played Diddy Kong Racing, so I guess I got some Mario Kart 64.
I also
Same
say,
answer as Kev.
Same answer. So it's Mario Kart 64 all around. Sorry to Diddy Kong and whatever they be racing over there, but we don't give a
Yeah,
fuck.
I never played that game.
I think I played
I've
one.
heard very nice things about it, but I
Yeah.
never played it.
And then hold on, let me see what this other question is. It seemed, I think it's from Tick. So I think what Tick is so he says, which game character could easily be like a hip hop? Or I guess so. Like what video game character I guess could end up being like a hip hop artist or like somebody in hip hop or figure in hip hop. If you think about it, like
a video game character who could be
who could fit in the hip hop world. That's
Kratos.
Kratos.
Why not? Why can't Kratos be it?
I don't know.
He'd be a great storyteller.
what?
Miles Morales.
Miles Morales.
That's a good one.
That's a good one.
That's a good one.
I can see Miles Morales being like a J. Cole type artist.
I don't know about J. Cole. He wouldn't
Yeah,
be.
you stretching on that one.
I'm just saying.
He would
I can
be.
see him like a J.
Did
Cole
you
type artist.
did you hear what he was singing? He was singing that Post Malone and stuff. He wouldn't be doing no J. Cole. He would be one of those melodic type of rappers if he was into hip hop.
No, okay.
Probably.
Yeah.
Superior DC said Parappa the Rapper. That's like a perfect answer.
That's already a video game character though.
That's why he said it though.
Right.
That's a perfect answer. But who in a game would work well in hip hop? I'm gonna say Raven from Tekken. The Black Ninja. Yeah. Okay. That's my answer. Raven. Because he's like a ninja. He could be like he'd have a Wu-Tang style. Definitely. If not him, then I'm gonna stick with Tekken also, and I would say Tiger, the Eddie Gordo with the afro, that guy. Mm-hmm. He would have like a Silk Sonic type of sound.
I see it. I can see it. For me,
Look at me, B said DJ from Street Fighter. You just saying that because he's black. We don't even know if he like music or not.
Like he gonna be DJ from Jamaica. He'll be hitting us with that reggae, you know. Mm-hmm. No, I'm trying to think. I'd probably have to say,
I can see Dom from Gears.
I was thinking, yeah, I can see that too. Dom from Gears would be good. But I'm trying to think. I don't want to go cliche. I'm trying to think of somebody who like wouldn't be like, oh, of course, because I'm trying to see. Going back.
He would name somebody from Def Jam.
Method Man, Fat Joe. I don't know. Dang, that's a good question because it's hard to think. Dang. I'm trying to think. What have I played? What have I played that I was like, yo, they would be. Oh, you know what I'm gonna say? I feel like because I'm gonna go fighting game. I feel like if I go Mortal Kombat, not Jack, I feel like Quan Chi would have like this whole different crazy style. And he'd be like this. He be said. I feel like he'd be low key. He would fit. Like in the crazy world of hip hop now, like I feel like Quan Chi would fit. I would say Jackson would be like a jazz singer or like a soul singer. I couldn't say Jackson; he'd be a soul singer, easy. Mm-hmm. Jackson be belting out them tunes. So yeah, or maybe Cyrex because Cyrex is black underneath. So I feel like he had another life back then before the cyborgs. He said Sonic he could speed rap. Yeah, Sonic. Yeah, maybe he did. He does like Gangsta. He does like Gangsta's Paradise. We do know that. If y'all remember that first trailer.
Oh, it made no sense
whatsoever.
That trailer is like a fever dream,
right?
Compared to like the actual movie.
Yeah, so I'm glad they fixed that. They needed to do that for Resident Evil. Maybe they need to. Maybe we should have complained before the movie came out for Resident Evil.
Well, they dropped like the trailer like 3 days before the actual movie came out.
It's like you gonna get what you get, goddammit. Like we sick of Leon. All right, so yeah, that's all the questions. I don't think we got any more. But if y'all do want to send questions for a future podcast, all you have to do is go on our Discord. You can either enter the pod question queue, you can be on the show live, or we have a pod question channel that you can just text in your questions or send it to our other social medias, or Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, whatever you like. And if it's a good question, we will answer it.
All right, before we get up out of here, Bloodbath, what you got going on with Hold It Down Podcast?
Hold Down Podcast, HID boys. We had I was a little late on last week's episode. I apologize about that. I was out of town doing other things, but we officially back at it. I dropped the episode today. I dropped last week's episode because I was late. Tomorrow we got an album review for Shotgun Suge. What's it called? What's Your Life Like 2? Because we reviewed battle rapper music now. It has not been as bad as y'all think it is. And then on the day after that, I'm going to drop this week's episode because it's late. So I'm going to drop this week's episode. She's getting 2 episodes and a review this week. You're getting a lot from us this week. All right? The Hold Down boys, we put in work. And then also, if you're looking for me, tomorrow, the Is a Mike Sloan episode, I'm on that one too, the one that comes out tomorrow. I've been on that show a bunch lately just because niggas be missing. They need people to talk. So that's it for me. Remember to follow Hold Down Pod.
Where's y'all's EP at, though?
Oh, it's done. EP is done. I'm still figuring out how to upload it. So the EP is done,
bro. If you don't make a Bandcamp account and put that shit out, bro.
Yeah, that's
don't you make excuses, bro. The streets want the EP,
right,
bro.
All right, you're right. The
songs are stuck in my head at this point.
Oh yeah, don't worry. I'm gonna make. All right, y'all. Remind everybody listening, everybody that sounded my voice. Make sure you tweet at me something. Be like, yo, did you make the cover yet? Once I make the cover for said EP, I'll put it out. So tomorrow, we'll make sure I'm gonna make the cover tomorrow. EP gonna be out. So yeah, the EP has to come out this week. Y'all stay on me about it because the music is done. The music is done.
Drop that file.
And if y'all like it enough, we're gonna do part 2. Okay, I mean, we're most likely gonna do part 2 anyway. But just, you know what I'm saying, let the streets know.
Anything going on your way, Granddad?
Not necessarily as far as streaming and whatnot. Still went back onto break, but I know we're gonna be starting. We're going back this Thursday to Alien Fire Team. So me, Isaiah, BZ will be playing that. So tune in for that. And you never know what else could come down the pipeline. Oh, also I'm gonna start promoting it early so y'all know. Remember, January 29th, the CPU Rumble for Royal Rumble weekend. It's like 2 months out, but I'm letting you know now because the prize pot is sitting at a cool 115. Already, it's sitting in there.
It was a
rollover. So I'm giving you.
It can only go up from there.
Right. So remember, I want y'all to mark y'all calendars. I'm gonna keep reminding y'all every podcast. I'm gonna keep reminding y'all as we get closer and closer. So when January 29th run around, you ready and you prepared to get that money because it's gonna be a nice chunky pot. Chunky pot.
All right, Isaiah, where they can find you at on the social medias?
Just Isaiah Mountain everywhere, Twitter, Instagram. Like Granddad said, I'm taking a break from Twitch too, but you can follow me there. Just subscribe to the YouTube channel, the Dead End Gaming. We're trying to make moves on there, and like Granddad said, play with them on Thursday. Aliens Fire Team. Tune into Chapter 2 of 1,000 Deaths. You can see Granddad bump ugly. Granddad bump uglies with the ground for 2 hours.
First of all, you up here talking about like this is a different game because it is a different game, and this is not the same situation. I don't die a lot in Fire Team. All right. First of all, so we gonna see Thursday. We will see. Don't bring that narrative over here. Gears is done. Don't bring that narrative over here. That book is closed. Them chapters are done. All right.
All right. We shall see. Yeah, pretty much just like what Granddad Isaiah said. Thursday. Back on Aliens Fire Team. I have not touched that game or anything since the last time I played with y'all. So this is gonna be fun. Also this Friday, the season finale of the Odd Fridays. This is not gonna be it after that. We're gonna kick this back up in 2022, but this is the final one for 2021. So this is gonna be the final one, and we're going out with a bang. Team battle. Me, Mike C Town, we represent West Coast hip hop versus FIFO and Rod, they represent East Coast. So we're doing 13 rounds. 3 rounds per decade. So the first 3 rounds are gonna be the 80s. Rounds 4 through 6 gonna be the 90s. Rounds 7 through 9 gonna be the 2000s. The rounds 10 through 12 is gonna be 2010s, and then round 13 is gonna be 2020. So yeah, it's gonna be. This is gonna be crazy. This is gonna be crazy, man. So I cannot wait till we get this thing going. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough to figure out which songs we really want to play because there's gonna be a lot of songs I know we're not gonna play. But be sure to tune in. Be sure to tune in this Friday at 9:30 on the YouTube channel, Dead Hip Hop YouTube channel. Our Friday season finale team battle. We going out with a bang on this one.
I might have to come
for
that one.
Please keep FIFO and Rod in your prayers. They're gonna need it on Friday.
Oh Lord, they dropped the playlist already.
No, I think FIFO is keeping it.
Yeah, Rod probably tell them don't say nothing. Rod probably say don't you put that playlist out.
That team, I'm telling you, I know that team is having way more internal turmoil than B and Mike. I know it already.
B and Mike are just cooler right now.
I ain't asked nobody no questions because I don't let them know stuff I don't need to know. But I already know. Them niggas is debating over there. B and Mike probably like, I want to play this. I like that song too. Let's put that on our list. Rod and FIFO?
Yeah, this
FIFO like, what you mean I can't play PIMP by 50 Cent?
This is gonna be good. It's definitely gonna be a good one, man. I'm really interested how the chat is going to respond for this. Hopefully we can do a record breaking number and hit the 2,000 views.
I hope so. That would be good.
So. I think it will.
They was in there lying on that YG battle, so hopefully they're gonna show up and act like for the West.
I hope so, Bloodbath. I hope so, man. But yeah, make sure y'all tune in this Friday, man. Season finale, our Friday. You know, like I said, it's not the final one. It's just the final one for the year 2021. We're gonna keep this thing going next year and the new season. So be sure to tune in for that. And yeah, of course, other Dead and Hip Hop stuff. You know, we uploading videos. We just uploaded that Silk Sonic review today. So we got more coming. I'm trying to think what else. Anything else? Yeah, I think that's about it. I mean, yeah, of course, tournament. I'm still getting flyers and stuff, getting everything in place for the Beat Battle tournament on my Twitch channel, January 28th. 16 producers. We're gonna do an NBA playoff style. One 8 get one sample, another 8 get a different sample. Going bang it out. So it's gonna be dope.
It's gonna be on a Monday.
It's gonna be on the last Friday of January. The last Friday.
Okay.
Which is the 4th Friday, so it won't be clashing with an odd Friday or whatever. So that's good. But yeah, January 28th, last Friday, Beat Battle Sample Challenge tournament style. Be sure to check it out. I got a couple of good producer homies that's gonna join us with me, man. So it's gonna be fun.
You went to the Rolodex? You called some of the big homies?
Yeah, I caught a couple of
you know, you famous out here. You look busy out like you don't know people.
No.
You know.
Stop it.
Look out for the surprises, y'all. Bees are calling the big names out for this one.
It's gonna get real scary on there. It's gonna be Corey Kid versus Just Blaze. Like, what the fuck is going on?
It's gonna be Isaiah versus the Alchemist.
Stop. All right, y'all. So that's gonna do it for this week. Next week, I know this week was supposed to be a gaming week, but you know, Resident Evil came out. We had to talk about it. It's hot out here in these streets, or so-called streets, because this shit is not hot at all. Terrible movie.
Hot garbage.
Right.
Hot garbage.
Hot trash.
This is our review. I hope you guys enjoy listening. Be sure to check out for our gaming week next week. We don't know what we're playing yet, but once we do, we're gonna put the poll up probably on social medias and all that stuff, so you know what we're gonna be playing. Hopefully Tyler be joining us next week as well. I know she's been kind of crazy with work and everything, but hopefully she'll be back playing with us gaming. So we will see y'all next week. Peace out.
Peace, y'all.
Peace, y'all.
Yo, Kev, that shit you tweeted towards me about the steaks was fucking hilarious.
Yo, I saw that too.
Was fucking hilarious, dude. Oh my god, that
he
shit
said,
was so
call it most deaf because they're gonna be black on both sides, bro. I died, bro.
Dude, I was cracking the fuck up when I read that shit. I was dying. I'm like, why nobody have seen this tweet? Like, what is going on here?
People don't be respecting my tweets.
Bro,
man.
That was a high quality tweet.